and welcome to my channel. My name is Z, and if you're new here, I want to say welcome, and if you're a regular, I want to say welcome back. Well, today we'll be doing something really different. Today I actually will be giving you guys my opinion on Lasizwe's post saying people should start from the age of 7 to teach their children about homosexuality. So I'll be giving you guys my 2 cents on this matter. I know some of the things that I will say will offend some people. Some things will not sit well to some people. Just remember that I am not looking to be right. I am just sharing my 2 cents of the matter and starting a conversation that I believe we can have, and we could continue even further from this video down in the comments section. So if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so and hit the notification bell so YouTube can notify you every time I post a video. So let's start with this video.
Something for your
Before we go any further with this video, we have a special guest, like my first guest to the channel. So I am proud to invite Asanda to the channel, guys. Everyone give a round of applause for Asanda. So this is Asanda. I call her Asanda because this is like one of my best friend's favorite, and I'll be drinking this. And she's not dead. I'm not like saying that in remembrance of her or anything, but like I miss her, and I'll be drinking this in memory of her because I really miss her. So let's get this going. Okay, that's enough. You should just slide through to the crib on some midnight shit and a bottle of cheap wine. Nothing tastes good like cheap wine. It's that spot. So let's go. On Monday, Lasizwe posted that he believes that from the age of 7 upwards, children should start... Okay, let me just read the original post, because right now I'm just going to mamble shit that he probably did not even say. And I quote, "I believe that we should start educating our kids about homosexuality from the ages of 7 and above, and also make them understand same-sex love." Like this post got so much backlash that I cringed so much hearing the things people were saying, hearing the people who were for the post, people who were against the post. I heard both sides of the story, and I'm just going to include my opinion as a young black gay man. It really irks me the fact that there are people of my community who are also speaking ill of this matter as if they do not understand what the post meant. What I believe Lasizwe meant by the post was that we should be examples to our children so that they are educated through us. You don't have to teach them about douching. You don't have to teach them about the dick goes into the ass or that kind of shit. You don't have to teach them about homosexuality in that manner. The way you teach your children is by you being an example to them, because children learn a lot of things from their parents. So as a parent or a to-be parent, a future parent, you should be an example to your children so that you do not teach your children hatred. Where do you think these kids get the mindset of being homophobic, the bullying mindset? Where do you think they get it from? They learn it from you. Those are not things that you learn from sitting in the desk in a classroom. And if you are saying that gay people are shoving the whole gay agenda in everyone's face as if straight people and their heterosexuality was not shoved down our throats, even through school, church, everywhere we go, in our homes, everywhere we were, what we saw on TV, it was just basically heterosexual love that was shown to us on every mainstream platform. So for you to say things like that makes me ask the question, I know it's out of context, I know, but please hear me out. Before 1994, when democracy came to South Africa and everyone became free, black people were not allowed in certain places. Certain places were predominantly white, okay? It was a whole matter of superiority, white people being superior to black people, okay? You couldn't go to certain areas without your documentation saying that you are allowed to be there because you work there. So post 1994, now the schools are being integrated. Now everyone is just intermingling in the communities. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just putting out my viewpoint to start this conversation. You can be mad all you want, but you can just leave that all in the comment section. Did white people... Okay, yeah, there were white people who were against that whole thing, were against the whole thing of having black people now intervene their spaces. They now call it their spaces. Now that they took it from our graphic, they call it their spaces, right? So white people had no choice but to accept the new changes that were happening in our country. And I'm not gonna say I had to make space for black people. I'm not speaking for white people, but in a way, society had to change. We had to intermingle so we can be able to go to anywhere we want, any school we want. To look at where society is now compared to where it was back then. Look at our economy now compared to how it was back then. I know it's bad now, but still look at it compared to what it was before 1994 during the apartheid era. Yes, it might have been booming, but were there black people active in our economy back then? So look at where society is now. Look at how everyone's just intermingled. Look at how everyone's just happy all together in a rainbow nation. I know there are certain places that where racism does exist, but you can't eradicate everything. Even Deadpool doesn't kill 100% of the germs. It's just 99.9. So we can't blame that on anyone. But society changed. We are where we are now because of changes that were made back then. Now, imagine what could happen if society would just break away from these mental shackles and just accept gay people into the... Not accept, because we're not looking for acceptance, because we're gonna live either way, honey. We're here to stay. Gay people have been here since back in the days. Just because you never heard of it doesn't mean they were never gay people back then. Because I keep hearing this from people saying, we were gay people all along, we were gay people back in the day. Think of when Pride started. Think of the year where Pride started. Okay, it was back in the day. Back before even God thought of creating you. That's when Pride started. It means gay people were existent before now, but now we are more visible. Now we want our voices heard because we are sick and tired of dying. We are sick and tired of people committing suicide because of homophobic bullying. We're sick and tired of hearing stories about people who committed suicide because they were bullied. We are sick and tired of people having to just sit there and take those homophobic remarks each and every day of their lives until they spiral down to depression, which leads them to suicide. So my 2 cents on the matter about teaching your children homosexuality at the age of 7 and above, even younger than that, is I believe that it should happen, because by doing that, you are not teaching your children, like I said, how to douche and all that other stuff. You're teaching your children by you living the truth, living a life where you are introducing your children to different types of people. Not saying introducing people to the LGBTQI community, but by you even having a friend. Even take me for example, being your friend. Having me around your children, having me around you and your family would mean not for you to have me as your purse, but more of a way teaching your children that this is normal. Okay, this is normal. It's the same way we expect white people to teach their children not to be racist. We should be the difference that we want to see in society. We should teach our children not to be homophobic. Because what baffled me was the other day, you know what, I've been talking. Let me just sit, because I feel like I'm going on a rant. So it's back. The other day, a 4-year-old, this kid, I was walking to go for a smoke, and this kid greets me and is like, hey, and I'm like, hi. He's like, Uindoni, and I was like, what do you mean? He's like, are you a girl? And I said no. And he said, are you a boy? And I said no. And I shared this on my WhatsApp and Instagram status. And then he was like, then what are you? And I said, Jinguputi. And he was like, amba kanje, unxibe kanje. And I asked him, what do you mean? He's like, no, ubhuti akahambi kanje, akanxibi ihlangu ezinje, akanxibi ibhrukhwe enje, akahambi kanje. And I asked him, how old are you? And this kid was like, he said, he's 4 years old. And I'm like, who taught you this? He's like, inyani nje. I laughed. I literally laughed in disbelief that a 4-year-old child already has this mentality of what a man should be like. Meaning that a gay man is not a man in his mind, or I was not a man in his eyes. I'm gonna end at 4 years next. This means that he learned this from the society, his surroundings, and from home. The same way we blame racist white children for being racist and asking their parents, why are there black people at our beach? We expect white parents to reprimand their child, to teach the child different so they could be more accepting, but not to be racist. We should do the same thing in our households. Not teach hatred, I believe that's the one thing we should do instead of teaching your children about homosexuality, if you do not want to do that. Because some of you will be like, I don't want to teach my children how to be gay. It's not about teaching your children to be gay. Because we were taught heterosexuality at school. Look at how I turned out. Was I taught being gay? No, you cannot be taught how to be gay. At the age of 7, a normal child knows what a husband and a wife is. They know what a mother and a father do to bring a baby to the world. Or maybe you just buy the baby at ShopRite. That's what I was told. I don't know about you. But at the age of 7, children have a certain understanding of opposite sex love, okay? So the whole thing of teaching children about same-sex love is for them not to be gay or lesbian or whatever, but for them to be understanding of the society they are growing up in, so that they are not confused or feel restricted when they see such things on TV, because now our TVs are also introducing such shows where they're introducing gay characters. Where some people get annoyed because, like, why are there so many gay characters in TVs? Why were there so many men and women kissing on our TVs and we are not given a choice to see people of the same sex kissing? Why? Why is that? So by you teaching your children this, you are actually teaching your children that such things exist in our society, and you should just accept it as it is, because it is our reality, it is our norm, and it's nothing that's going to change now. The same way white people accepted I can't believe I'm saying this. I really can't believe I'm saying this. But I'm changing it the same way society changed. I know it is still for the white people, but the way society has changed from when white people were more dominant in suburban areas, we are now seeing more black people in suburban areas. And all these other areas where black people are not allowed, when society just became more inclusive now, when schools, churches, and everywhere became more inclusive, we saw a radical change in society. We saw a change in how people were treated in society. We became friends with other people from other racial groups. You know, everything was nice and jolly. So, you're teaching your children that it is normal for gay people to be around, or simply for them to be acceptant of the fact that people of the LGBTQI community do exist, and they are actually normal, and they are present in our society, and they are here to stay, and they are loud. Why do you think children bully gay children? Why do you think children bully? It is because they are not used to seeing such thing. Even back at home, in the environments, in the societies, they are not used to seeing such things happen. So when they see something different from what they were taught, from what they grew up in, they treat it as something that is foreign. They treat it with abuse. They mistreat it. And the person on the receiving end goes through anxiety, goes through depression, and ultimately kills themselves. And that is the reality of the LGBTI community, where you hear a young boy, a 9-year-old, committed suicide. I think it was last year, if not the year before, because he was bullied. A 9-year-old. And you think that we cannot teach our children about homosexuality from the ages of 7 and above. You expect your child to learn all about this as they grow up. I know you might be black and have a very conservative mind. Keep in mind, there are people who are intersected between two things. There are two things at the same time. They are black and they are gay. All at the same time. I understand both struggles coming from both sides. The struggle of being black in society today. The struggle of being gay in society today. Now the struggle of being black and gay. You know, these are 3 different things that you go through as a young black gay man. I feel like I'm ranting. I think it's the wine. I think I should pour up more. So for you to be against the teaching of your children about homosexuality, hoping that your child comes out as heterosexual because you have this idea that even if you do have gay friends, I know there's this guy I called a friend. I used to think you're a friend, but dude, me and you are no longer friends. I'm just telling you right now, me and you are no longer friends. Literally said thing like he wouldn't want his child to be gay. I can get that from 2 points of views, but one of them is not how he said it. One point of view is you don't want your child to be gay because of the society, the way society will treat your child as a young black gay man. Okay, I understand from that point of view. But for you to see it as a matter of you don't want your child to be gay just because you don't want your child to be gay. It's you having this internalized homophobia. And for those of you who say that they expect their children to learn it as they grow, okay, that's how you learned it. That's how a lot of people have learned about homosexuality. They learned about it through growth. They didn't learn it at home. They did not learn it from the society they grew up in. They just learned it through either school or other activities that you were associated with and introduced you to other gay people. But think of it this way. How are gay people actually living? Like, not even living, but feeling, seeing all of this heterosexuality surrounding them. They feel different. They feel foreign. They feel unwanted. They feel blemished in a way. They feel like they do not belong. Even the whole feeling of questioning yourself, will your parents love you after you come out to them? Will you be accepted by society? Does God still love you? You know, you have all those kind of questions. And those questions can lead one to depression, like a very, very dark and long tunnel of depression. And you want your children to go through that before they actually ever see the light and say, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. You want your children to experience bullying because you do not want your child to be gay. You do not even teach your child to be comfortable about the whole fact that there are gay people existent in the world. You are so homophobic in a way that you do not even realize it, that is homophobia. And you might say that, Suka, gay people are saying that everything is homophobic. The same way black people always pull the race card. Okay, let's talk about double standards. Okay? If you're going to pull out the race card, we're going to pull out the homophobic card all the time. It is not on the same level, not directed to the same audience, but in a way they do speak the same message as to you gotta accept that we are now here, not even now here, we are here, always been here, and always will be here. And it's either you change or we will change things for you. Okay, let's say now your child is grown up, is now his adolescence, he has not been introduced to homosexuality, has an idea of what gay people are, but has not been educated enough about gay people or the LGBTQI community. They are now out in the world. They're now exercising bullying on other children. Because imagine how black people treat something that is foreign to them. Imagine. Just think about it. Imagine how, don't even imagine, you're South African, don't even imagine how black people treat something that is foreign to them. Look within our country how we treat our African brothers and sisters. Look at how South Africans treat something that is foreign to them. Look at how black people are treating something that is foreign to their land, something that is foreign to them. They call them names, foreigners, they call them Makwerekwere, they loot their shops, their businesses, they perform all these xenophobic acts towards them. That is how black people, right, behave towards something that is different to what they know, something that is inferior to them, because that's how they see other Africans, brothers and sisters, because they're coming to our country to find source of living, to make something of themselves. By migrating to our country, we are seeing ourselves as superior to them. I know it's not all of us, and I know it's not everyone who's doing this. I know it's not everyone who sees our African brothers and sisters, who treats our African brothers and sisters with xenophobia. But we can't step away from the fact that there are those who are, and we can't step away from the fact that this is how black people are treating other black people. This is how black people are treating foreign black people. Black people are treating something that is foreign to them, something that is foreign to their land, right? So now your child, bringing this back to context now, your child has been indoctrinated by you. You propaganded your child with all of this heterosexual images. You just flooded his brain, his livelihood, everything. You go everywhere he or she goes, church, everywhere, all he sees is just opposite sex love, right? Now your child is seeing same-sex love for the first time, or has an idea of what same-sex love is and sees it for the first time, or meets someone who is a member of the LGBTQI community and they exercise bullying. You did not teach your child to bully. What you taught your child was hatred, and that hatred turned into either physical, emotional, or psychological bullying. And now when that child commits suicide, oh, I didn't think it was that serious, or it wasn't that bad, or I didn't know it was that bad that they would commit suicide. You wouldn't blame your child for that, would you? You wouldn't blame your child for taking another child's life. You would say the child committed suicide because they were depressed, not paying attention to the fact that that child was depressed because of your child. By saying that you should teach your children about homosexuality from a young age means by you being acceptant, because now you are playing this whole image of being acceptant of gay people when in actual fact you are just tolerant. You are just gay tolerant and not acceptant. Because if you were acceptant, you would be inclined to raising a gay child. You would be okay with raising up a gay child, but the fact that you're not. So let's go back to how do you actually teach your child about homosexuality without teaching your child how to be gay, because teaching your child about homosexuality is not teaching your child to be gay. Teaching your child about homosexuality, you could go about it in multiple ways. You could go it about, you could say perhaps you have a gay friend, like myself. You can always hit me up in the DMs, honey. I'm always down for the game. You can always just introduce your child to someone who is gay. Not saying, hi, Sia, this is Banbani who is gay. No, you're not doing that. You as a parent, you accepting, but you as a parent being understanding of the LGBTQI community and being an ally of the community is what's going to motivate your child. Not even motivate your child, but educate your child about the community, because they are learning through you. Children is like monkey see, monkey do. They do what their parents are doing. They learn from their parents, because when you do shit in the bedroom, your kids are going to go dry hump a pillow, they're going to go dry hump a couch or dry hump your leg, because they saw you do that to their mama. So they learn by seeing. So by you being an ally, I'm not saying you just posting up gay things on the wall, anything like that, but you not passing out nasty remarks when you see gay or same-sex love on television, but you not making nasty or rude or homophobic remarks about, or transphobic remarks about trans people or anyone of the LGBTQI community when you bump into them, where you are not awkward when you see gay love, when you're just accepting about having the whole conversation with your children. Basically, just by you as a parent changing the mentality that you have, because this is the one thing that every gay child wishes, every black gay child wishes, that their parents just change the way they think, the way they were programmed to think. So we're breaking away from being that programming of heterosexuality as being the right way and all of that stuff. By deprogramming your child and deprogramming yourself, actually, you are programming your child to see things the same way you see things. They see things through your eyes. They now understand the world through you, because they are dependent on you for you to lead them down the right path. So if you are going to lead them astray, where do you expect your generation to end? If you're very adamant about teaching your children or your child about homosexuality, not even from the young age, just the whole concept of teaching them at all, it's understandable. Okay, I understand, and I'm not going to change your point of view, because we're different people and I'm not expected to change your ways. I'm just saying my opinion and hoping that I'm sparking conversation that can continue down in the comment section. But what you can do to save your child, but not only your child, but that next child who your child could encounter who is gay or who is a member of the LGBTQI community, is by you not teaching your child hatred, by you not teaching your child racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, or any kind of discrimination that is evident in today's society. By not teaching your child hatred at all, you'd be doing your child and society a favor. And if everyone would just get this idea of just not teaching your child hatred of any kind, any discrimination of any kind, you'd be saving your child. You'd be doing your child a whole lot of help, and you'd be doing the LGBT community a favor, because we are sick and tired of hearing young children committing suicide. A child who never even got to live their lives commit suicide, all because they were bullied, all because you indoctrinated your child with your heterosexual ways, with heterosexuality. But we can do something now. We can do something to change now. We can't expect laws to change us. We can't expect other people's opinions to change us, but we have to let our surroundings change us. We need to adapt to what is going on around the world. Teach your children better, because we want to live. We want to see the next generation of gay people. We want Pride to be filled up next time. We want Cape Town Pride to be filled up with black. We want to see black representation. I want to see black representation at Cape Town's Pride in the future, because now it's just dominantly white, and it's sad to see that. It's sad to see that not so many black people, not even out, but they're not comfortable enough to go in the streets but celebrate the struggle we as black gay people went through. We need to embrace the struggles. We need to be able to be like, you know what, I am gay, I am loud, I am colorful, I am this person, and there's nothing about me that is going to change. and we need to raise children that will understand that there are such people who exist in this world, and nothing about that is about to change. Well, maybe it might change when they bring robots, but for now, this is how things are, and nothing will change. Gay people have been here, but gay people will be here. So we gotta do better as parents. We gotta teach our children better. We got to be examples to our children so that they learn through us. We do not have to teach them the ABCD of the LGBTQI community. You know, not to teach them all the alphabets, but we have to teach them to be understanding people. We have to teach them to be non-judgmental people. We have to teach them to be people who understand that there are different people who exist in this world. So that was a rant, and I feel like I need more wine. You know, this glass is like really never been empty throughout this whole video. I just keep pouring on top of another, and it's like halfway. Asanda, you are halfway, darling. So that is it for this channel. You know, we gotta do better. I want to leave you guys with this. We gotta do better as parents. We have to do better as a society, as people. We need to be more understanding. We need to be more acceptant of the idea that there are different people in this world. We need to be acceptant of the idea that our children are going to grow up to be people who have their own brains, who are free thinkers, and they are allowed to make their own decisions. And we also need to play a part in that. We need to also educate our children about certain things in our society. But we need to educate our children about the struggles that we've been through. We need to educate our children about the struggles that are currently going on in our country. We need to educate our children about the existence, the presence of the LGBTQI community, and let them know that it's never going to change. It is never going to change. It has always been like this. It will always be like this. You know, things are going to improve. We're going to change. Everything's going to change because everything is designed to change. We all need to adapt. And yeah, that was my 2 cents on the whole thing of teaching your children about the LGBTQI community and teaching them about homosexuality. Something that needs to be done, and something that is a lesson that not that should not happen in schools, but it is a lesson that should be more present at home. The parents should be more understanding of this, especially if you claim you have gay friends, or if you claim to be someone who is accepting, someone who's not judgmental, someone who is not homophobic. You need to be able to let your children know that such people exist. You're not teaching your children to be gay, you're teaching your children that such people exist, and it might be different from how you learned things, but this is how things should happen, and this is how you treat people in general. We have to teach our children humanity. We have to teach our children Ubuntu. We have to teach our children how to be upstanding people in society, how to be upstanding people in their communities, you know. So that was my 2 cents. If you have differing opinions about this matter, or if you are offended by this matter, you're bad. And it was never my intention to offend anyone. I was just passing information. I was not looking to be right. I was just sharing my point of view to spark a conversation which can continue in the comment section, and I promise you I will reply to each and every comment there is, just so the conversation continues, just so I get to understand how you guys see the situation compared to how I see the situation, and I hope that this conversation continues. Alright guys, with today's video, that was my opinion on how or why children should be taught homosexuality from the young ages of 7 above or below, so that they are more acceptant and more knowledgeable about same-sex love and the existence of same-sex love in our society. So if you guys like this video, please let me know down in the comment section, or if you do not like this video, also let me know down in the comment section. And you know, while you're down there, just hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified by YouTube every time I post a video. And you know, I'm just a little bit tipsy right now because before I drank the wine, I had a little bit of beer, and yeah, I'm feeling kind of woozy, and it's my turn to cook. So I gotta go. So it was nice being with you guys. It was nice being with you, Asanda. Like, I'm so grateful that you decided to come to my channel today. You know, I miss you, and you know, this is to you, my friend. This is to you, my love, and this is to every one of you out there. You know, whether you like the video or not, this is to you. You know, see you next time.